yeah.
It's Sunday, baby.
It's going to be a good one. Welcome, friends. This is Mark and Rebecca. We're live here, and this is All the Six, baby. We're going to have a good time.
Yeah.
This is going to be a great show, I can tell. We do want to let you guys know you can follow us on Twitter at All the Sex Radio. Make sure you do that. And check out the website, allthesexpodcast.com. You can catch all the old episodes and all the new ones. And, well, I say we just get right into this because this is going to be exciting.
I'm excited. I'll do it.
It's going to be exciting for us and for all our listeners out there because I know that they like a lot of the same things we do.
This is true.
So, with that said, let's just introduce our friend here. Welcome, Sahara Knite. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
Oh, my gosh.
So
we are
good.
having a great day. We are so happy to have you on here. It's going to be fun. Big shout out to your PR person, one of our best friends, Erica from the Rub PR. Love that girl. She always takes good care of us, and we know everybody loves her too. So shout out and yes, and thanks for thanks for joining us.
No, it's my pleasure. My pleasure. So what are we going to talk about?
Oh, I think we should talk about the sex that you do. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's part of it. Yes, we're definitely going to do that.
Sex that I do.
Yes, and I think there's probably a couple other topics I'm sure we can stumble across, in the process as well. But
So, Sarah, I want to know, how long have you been in the industry?
So I've been in the industry since 2004.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a long time. So I started in 2004 and then I worked through to 2009. And then I took quite a long break. And then I came back to shooting porn last year in 2018.
Oh, okay.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure that your fans are just thrilled to have you back because you're such a beauty.
Well, thank you. Hopefully get some new stuff going for them and I hope they enjoy it as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this Sahara Knite Exposed, that's where people find most of your frequent content, your weekly content?
Yes, my weekly content is on saharaknite.exposed. Now that site has got new content and some old content and it's updated weekly. So yes, that's where they can find me, and they can find me on Twitter.
Yeah, and I want to make sure we spell this out for people who might be listening and not quite know what to look for. Sahara Knite, that's Sahara for Sahara, and then Knite is spelled Knite. So That's how you find it, saharaknite.exposed. And then I think your Twitter is just at Sahara Knite, isn't it?
That's it. It's just at Sahara Knite for Twitter, yeah.
Beautiful. Well, I like it when it's easy like that. I mean, I'm a guy, so when you make it as simple as possible, it just makes it easier for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a pretty smart guy. I can figure stuff out, but still, when it's nice and easy like that, I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there.
That's right there.
That's
What
right.
else are we going to talk about?
Well, let's promo your stuff. So we want to definitely get people to be able to find you and know what you're doing. But you were recently elected chairperson for UKAP, which is United Kingdom Adult Professionals.
Nice.
Yes, I was. In just end of October, I was elected for chairperson of that. The existing chairman stepped down into secretary position. And yes, we're working hard on basically working with performers. The industry's changed quite a lot since I was first in it. When I was first working, there was a lot more production companies and a lot of content. Performers work for production companies. And since I've come back, the business model has changed. A lot of performers are shooting their own content, for all the click sites, etc., etc.
Right.
This is, obviously they need to know the things that go behind it, releases, IDs. We're trying to look after models' welfare and things. So that's where we're looking at taking the organisation and working with industry allies to provide support for performers and producers and other allies alike.
Well, that sounds very amazing.
That's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And so you recently filmed some girl scenes for Harmony Films, based out of the UK.
Yes, yeah. I think I just saw the cover for it being promoted. Well, it went on Twitter yesterday, so I've been retweeting that out. I'm not actually quite sure when the actual scenes come out, but yes, they've started promoting it. So that's just a girl DVD. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So do you do a lot of girl content, or is that just one of your niches?
Recently, yes. Since I've come back to shooting porn, I found myself doing shed load more girl than I've done actually boy girl, which is interesting because when I first started porn, I was not shooting as much girl stuff because I was just getting booked mostly for boy girl. So yeah, it's all good. It's all fun.
Right. Mm. Yeah. I can't imagine it would be not fun, this job.
No, yeah.
Well put, Rebecca. I love that. I would have to agree.
It's fun. It's obviously like most, work is work, and some days you don't really want to do it, but you still do, and other days you have amazing times on set with people that you really enjoy working with, and yeah, it's great. And also the job allows you to. Porn is so theatrical. Do you know what I mean? It allows you to be.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that, it's an art form, isn't it, though, really? To be able to do what you're doing.
It's theatrical, it's performance. It's very different to, obviously, real life.
Yes.
I don't think I would have sex like that in real life as I do in porn. I think I'm a bit more aggressive in porn as well. I'm just a bit more out there.
Oh.
Well, it's all about the performance. Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Well, when you get for you, I'd imagine you get behind the or in front of the camera, and it kind of like you become a character there. And so you kind of get in that mindset where, and you're like, okay, it's showtime, baby. So here you are, you're an entertainer, and it's like go time.
Yeah, it is. It's like you're in front of the camera, the camera people start, and it's like, action, and then you go. You just start. And you do whatever you want to do, it's just porn at the end of the day, it's just get on with it, and you have fun, and you have a laugh with the people you work with, and once it's done, you're sort of wrapped and you go home.
Yeah. I just, I can't imagine having to physically feel something, be posed for the camera shot, also be in a state of mind where I'm presenting a image and sound and the actor quality of it, all that together. I couldn't do it for 30 seconds. I think I would be so off the rails.
Sometimes it's hard, and then you forget, and then you sort of think, shit, I've got to keep aware of the camera, where the light is, opening up to camera, making sure they can see everything. Especially since I've come back and I've been shooting a bit more of my own content, I'm a bit more aware of it than before.
Oh, sure.
So if I'm working
definitely.
with people and I see the cameraman shooting, and I'd be like, oh, I wonder if he's got an angle, if he hasn't, if you can see the penetration shots, if you can't, and you sort of like angle yourself a lot more because you want to get the best content going. In normal life, you really wouldn't do that, would you?
Right.
You'd be like,
no.
Probably not.
I'm posting up tonight here, just see if I can get a shot.
Well, sometimes Mark's very bossy with his cell phone, so I mean,
that's right.
That's about the experience I have there. That's it.
And the only problem is, I wish I had like a couple extra arms and maybe a little longer reach, like Stretch Armstrong.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, that would be helpful.
It would be like an octopus, like multiple arms.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
I mean, or we could just hire a cameraman.
Your own content then, Mark?
Well, probably not a lot.
If I'd let him, he would.
Yeah, I mean, I've been known to dabble in a little bit of cinematography, but
for personal use.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So
do you make it look artistic for personal then, or is it just? Do you make Rebecca open up? Open up, love. Open up.
Oh, see, no, that word right there, like the open, like it's like
open's a good word in this house.
That's a good word, yeah. It always elicits a proper response.
Does it?
Sarah, you have a beautiful British accent, I think I'm hearing from you, yes?
Yes, it is, yes.
British. I'm not even going to do my British accent.
Don't do it, Mark.
Yeah.
He has the worst one.
I've not got a good British accent.
What was it?
What was it?
You?
Go ahead.
Go on, Mark. Go with your British accent.
Oh, bloody hell. I can't do a very good British accent, It's
It's terrible.
It ends up being a little bit more like it's Irish. It ends up being like Irish and Australian and British and
somehow there's an Italian in there. I don't know what happens. Yeah,
yeah, and then a little bit of Southern hillbilly or something makes it like, oh bloody hell, y'all! Like, yeah,
something else.
He tried.
He tried.
I tried.
Yeah, the American accent, so it's not a problem.
Oh, fine. Well, one of the things that we learned about you is that you were on Game of Thrones for 2 seasons.
Yeah,
I was. Yes.
Yes.
When was it? I can't remember what year it was. 2010, 2011. I was in season 1, episode 7, the girl scene where he's telling. I don't know if you've watched it.
Oh yes.
Yes. We are huge Game of Thrones fans. We're sad that we're sad it's over.
He was telling them, "Oh no, you're doing it all wrong. This is how you should be doing it." So that's one scene. And in season 2, I was in I think 3 scenes. It's just some boy girl stuff. And I think there was one last scene that I did was sitting on Bron's knee when they're singing away. And
is that when he hurt his nose?
Yeah.
And you said,
yes.
Yeah. They dubbed it really badly. Somebody was like, "That's not your voice," and I thought, "Let me listen to it." I thought, "No, they've dubbed that with somebody else's voice completely." So, yeah. And I've never watched Game of Thrones. The only episode I watched was the last one. I'm not really sure if it's the last one or not, where the dragon came down, the White Walkers, and burnt the wall down.
Yes.
That's the only one I watched.
Oh, it was. I mean, I really enjoyed it. Rebecca tried to get me to watch it for a couple years. Like to get caught up on it. I think it was about season 4 probably when I finally said, okay, I'll sit down and watch it with you. And the first episode took me a little bit to get into. And then by the end of it, I'm like, oh, I'm really kind of interested. And then from there I got hooked and then I got sucked in. And then I was like a rabid dog. I just needed more.
Yeah.
And
so
then,
good.
so then, like everybody who had to wait for like a year and a half for that final season. And then now it's over, and it's sad. But now we get to kind of relive some of that with our friend Sahara here.
Yeah,
you do. Yes.
I
haven't watched it. No, and I don't really watch a lot of series. So and it wasn't something I really got into. But I just went, did it, got paid, had fun.
Sure.
Well, that's what it's all about. Yeah.
Have you been recognized in public for that role?
No, I don't really get recognized in public too much because I don't really. Some people might recognize me, but I don't really get recognized in public that much, which is good in some ways.
Well, it's good in a lot of ways.
I guess because I don't look typical porn girl, so which is good.
Well, this is true.
That's
like
what's
you do,
so great about you is that your look is so unique to the industry, and like I said before, you're just such a beautiful woman, and your body's slamming, mama.
Yeah, and it makes you more memorable when people do know who you are. So that's a great thing.
People still remember me because people say, "Oh, I've been your fan since when you first started," and I'm like, "Oh," and they followed you all the way through, and now obviously, and then I picked up new fans from Game of Thrones, and now I've picked up new fans from coming back. So,
right.
And then you've got your old fans who've just stayed with you, which is really cool as well. Unfortunately, I wanted to come back to the States to work, but your country. Your country.
Yeah.
Back in 2006, they were like, "You can go home and don't bother coming back." So I was like, "All right."
Oh,
well, I'm gonna have to talk to somebody about that.
We're jerks sometimes.
Unfortunately, I can't come back to the USA. But never mind. I have been there twice and worked out there, so it was all good.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I was going to say, let me talk to some people. I do have some connections, not very many, but I'll still try.
Well, I spoke to a lawyer, actually. I did speak to an immigration lawyer, and I think in 2013 I tried to get a visa to come over, and they refused me a visa as well. I don't know why. They didn't really say, but he did say to me, he said, "So it's very difficult for you now to come back over." I was like, "Oh, never mind."
Oh, yeah.
Well,
been there, done that. Got the T-shirt, come over.
Right.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I think all we need to do is find somebody who would be willing to marry you just for that visa thing.
Right. And that's all I need. I need to find a nice American man, nice young American man.
Yes. So
who can shoot contact with me, and then I can just get married and come to the States.
See, that's that. Yeah. Now we're all on the same page. So all you good-looking young American fellows out there, Start,
Stop
She's going to have 1,200 suitors by the end of the night.
Yeah. Well, hey, that's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I get to pick.
You get to pick.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. When you have the smorgasbord to pick from, you get to pick the creme de la creme, baby.
Oh, got it.
That's
Right. So what's coming up for you for 2020? What are you excited about?
What am I excited about? Well, I'm just going to carry on doing what I'm doing, carrying on shooting more content. We're going to working on UCAP and taking that forward. I've got a birthday coming up in February, which I'm proper MILF now.
Yeah.
Probably in the granny stage at some point, but I think in 5 years I'll be shooting granny porn, but I'm not a granny yet. So I'm going to be 45. Yeah, it's just going to be a good year, I think.
Well,
I think so.
I think so. Well, happy birthday in February.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's a
what
good
day
year.
in February?
4th of Feb. I'm an Aquarius.
Okay. Now, see, my youngest daughter, like Rebecca and I, we have a blended family. We were both married twice. It's our third marriage. She has 3 girls. Yeah, I had 2 boys and 2 girls. But my youngest, before Rebecca and I got together, her birthday is February 5th. So you guys are like birthday neighbors, I guess.
Birthday neighbors, yeah.
So fantastic.
So tell us about you. What is your favorite thing to do on a day for yourself?
What is a favorite thing for me to do? Well, I'm an avid gym goer, so I'm always at the gym. So I like to go to the gym first thing, get that out of the way. Makes me all feel happy. And like if I'm just chilling out, I like to come home, maybe go out and meet friends for coffee, lunch, and then come home. I do like spa treatments as well, so sometimes I book in spa treatments.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And then I like to get in and just chill out, just read, watch a bit of documentaries. Quite an avid nature documentary watcher.
Oh,
or
nice.
just old history documentaries.
That's awesome.
And I'm quite a low-key, chilled out homebody. I'm not really a big party person or anything. Occasionally go out, and when I go out, then I end up staying out late, and then it takes me 3 days to recover from it all. So, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that sounds just like us.
We totally understand that. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I went out, when was it? Saturday. So I was out all day Saturday. My friend came and stayed for the weekend, and we went to Winter Wonderland in London. And then we got back to where I live, and then we went to see some boxing and mixed martial art fights in another place. And then they were like, when that finished, they were like, "Oh, we've got an after party." And then she looked at me, and then I went, "Yes, let's go to this after party." She said, "Are you really sure?" And I was like, "Yeah." She said, "Because normally you like to go home." I go, "Yeah, let's just live for a little. Let's just live a little time."
Oh, fun!
And by the time we got home and we drove back, it was 3 a.m. And on Sunday, I was shattered. I was so tired. I was like, "This is why I don't stay out late anymore."
Yeah,
it'll wear you out.
Well, we're all in the same age range, the 3 of us, and I think that it definitely doesn't feel as good as it did 20 years ago.
No,
it takes its toll. And then, even on Monday, I was a bit like, I'm still tired, and I thought to myself, I didn't even have a drink, and I thought, oh God, if I'd had a drink, I feel I'd just been dead for 2 days late after that. I thought I'll just get up Tuesday and start life then. But,
yeah. When you go to the gym, what's your jam? Like, what do you like to do when you're there?
Well, at the moment, I normally do. I've got a personal trainer, so we do lots of weights. Last year, I changed it up this year a bit because until last year, I was doing a lot of Olympic lifting because I used to do a bit. I used to sort of compete in it as well.
Wow.
And then it got a bit too much for me because it was quite a mental. Olympic lifting, it's quite mentally draining, and then sometimes I used to get in there and I'd go, "Oh, I can't do this weight," and I used to get annoyed with it all. So I sort of said to him, I said, "Look, let's just take a step back from it all, and let's just do just pure weightlifting. Just do the arms and chest and back and everything. There's not so much stress in that." So that's what I do, and then I also do some gymnastics twice a week. I used to do jiu-jitsu, so Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, but I haven't done that for a while.
I was going to say. I was going to say, let's talk about that because I've actually studied Brazilian Jiu Jitsu myself. I did that until I did it for quite a long time. And then in 2 years, when I sort of came back to shooting porn, I was struggling to fit everything in. Oh, right.
Yeah. So I did like Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, actually. I did it for 4 or 5 years. I got to blue belt with four. I was nearly towards purple belt, 4 stripes on there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I actually got to study I got to train with the original UFC champion, Hoist Gracie, one time.
Ah.
That was kind of fun. Actually, it was a lot of fun, but.
And
so,
what sort of belt are you at when you do jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, well, it was just a lot of home training and studying and stuff. So I don't like have the belt, anything like that. I didn't get a chance to really dig into it, but I did learn a lot of stuff like on my own. And what I really like about that is once you learn the moves and things and you kind of get them down, they feel so natural. It's almost impossible to forget a lot of the moves. So you keep it with you like the rest of your life, which is really cool.
Yeah, you do keep it with you. And I mean, sometimes you get a little bit rusty. I hadn't trained for a while, and then a couple of months ago, I went back for a training session, and the coach I was training with said, "Oh, you haven't forgotten that much." I said, "No, I just a bit tired. It's very cardio intensive jiu-jitsu."
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And
very, you do sparring rounds, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm tired." And he was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "I'm tired now." And he's like, "Can you make this 10-minute rounds?" I was like, "I'm really tired. Please let me take a break."
Well, when you're doing a lot of weight training and your cardio is not there, it can be very taxing to do the cardio, or vice versa. If you do a lot of cardio, it can be taxing to the weightlifting.
The cardio was there a bit more because you're constantly lifting. You're lifting weights a lot from the floor to the above your head, floor to shoulders. So, and then you used to do a lot of like on the minute, per minute, which can get quite tiring. But in normal weightlifting, like you said, you haven't got the cardio there. He sometimes makes me do certain things, like, he'll make me do a circuit and I'll go, "What do you think this is? It's not CrossFit." I don't like CrossFit at all. I don't like CrossFit at all. Now he'll start making me do stuff like that, and I said, "It's not CrossFit, it's weightlifting."
Yeah, like, come on, get your life together. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like, "Oh no, it's good for you. It's good to get your heart rate going, like kettlebell swings, and then jumping up and down, box jumps and things like that." And I go, "No, let's just stick to normal weightlifting, shall we?"
Oh well, I mean, whatever's working that's doing your body right, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
It is.
I always sort of said to myself that, somebody once said to me, said, when you get to 40, women always get fat when they get to 40. And I thought, no, we don't. Not if you keep in shape, you don't get fat. So I thought, no, I'm going to keep in shape and not, because this guy insisted. He said, all women after 40, they just get fat.
Well, I don't think that's true. I think you're right about that.
No, yeah, exactly. I said to him, that's not true. And he was like, yeah, watch it. He said, you'll wake up one day and you'll be fat. And I thought, fuck off.
Yeah, I tell him exactly that. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I would have so many more colorful things to say, but fuck off works.
Here's a whole bucket full of choice words.
He was like, oh, no, every woman I've met, they get to 40 and they get that spread and they get fat. And I thought, actually, I said to him, I think it's men. Because I look at men who are my age and I think to myself, what's going on here? Why do you look so much older than me? What's happened to your hairline? Why have you got a keg, a beer keg going on instead of a 6-pack? A dad bod, they call it, don't they?
The dad bod. Yeah,
the dad bod. Yep.
Yeah.
Some people can rock a dad bod and make
Mark,
it look okay.
Mark, when are you going to get a dad bod?
Well, I started working on one for a little while, and then it just kind of disappeared because I got extra active.
You're so trim, babe.
Yeah, not that I really did a whole lot different with my routine other than just, at work, all I do is run around all day.
Well, yeah, that's probably a good part of it.
But that's pretty much it. Like, we cook, we use lard, we use real butter, we use whole milk. I do like
real butter. I'm vegetarian, so I don't use, but I do like real butter. I don't cooking butter, cooking oil. But I like lots of butter on bread and stuff. I do like lots of that.
Yeah, I pretty much eat everything that we're not supposed to eat, but I also eat all the things we are supposed to eat. So I kind of mix it in, and I think it's all about balance.
You have a good moderation, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I use it
healthy. Like you said, you're running around a lot. They say it's calories in versus calories out. So if you're eating everything, but you're also burning it off, I think you can eat what you want, more or less.
Yeah, I think so too. And I do use tons of olive oil when I cook and tons of garlic. I think that's also something that really kind of helps balance everything out as well. But I love vegetables. I love fruits, love meat. And I love well, I mean, I'll say I love junk food too at times.
I like junk food. I like donuts.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I do have my things that I like get hooked on. Like some of my biggest things would be like chips and dips or cheese and crackers. Those are two of my biggest weaknesses.
My biggest weakness is sort of sweet things, so like cakes, mostly.
Yeah.
And donuts, that's it. Cakes and donuts.
Those are
Cakes
good
and
things.
Donuts, yeah.
Those are good things.
Yeah.
Who do you want to...
And a cup of tea. I'm so British. I like to have it with a cup of tea.
Of course. Yes. Uh-huh. You have
Americans
to?
don't really drink tea, do they, a lot?
No.
Well, I think...
I really struggled getting tea bags. Because I'd be like, what's this tea bag here?
What is this? Yeah.
Shit tea in America.
Yeah, I mean, we don't do the spot of tea very often.
You don't do pot of tea, do you?
No, not very often.
A lot of tea. You know, I don't necessarily make a pot of tea. I make it with a tea bag, but sometimes I do make a proper pot of tea. But
there you go.
Yes, I like nice, strong English breakfast tea.
Yes, that's good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like tea. I love coffee. I love tea. I mean, caffeine really it doesn't matter how I get it. I love caffeine. That's my best friend.
Yeah.
Mountain Dew. That's where I get most of my caffeine, really. But yeah, and then the sugar too. So I mean, I drink a lot of that too. But
you really have a diet all over the board.
I do.
You
It's
eat like
everything.
a healthy 18-year-old.
Basically, I eat anything that doesn't eat me first. We'll just put it that way. Yeah.
Sahara, is there anybody that you haven't worked with yet that you really like to?
God. Probably would like to work with a lot of people, but look at me, I don't really know a lot of people. I look at, on Twitter, I go, oh, she looks nice, he looks nice, she looks nice, but I don't really always know their names.
All right.
Yeah.
I just perv on them, on their pictures on Twitter, but no, I guess not. When I work, when I get booked for shoots, I just literally go and work. I don't really have any qualms about working with anybody, so I'm pretty.
You're just a professional.
Some people are like, I only work with that person. I only work with that person, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just open. If you put me with anybody, I've worked with lots of different people. I work with trans, I work with bi guys, I work with straight guys, I work with straight girls. I work with anybody. Put me with somebody, and I'll go and do a scene for you.
I feel that just makes you just that much more professional, though. You're just really, you're there.
Yeah, I do.
You're there to work.
I think because when I started, it was more production companies, and nobody ever asked you who you wanted to work with. And I never even said, oh, I don't work with that person, I don't work with that person. When I was in the States, I didn't really know anybody. I couldn't really say I can't work with that performer. So you were booked and you went to work. And that's how I've always been. So when I hear people say I only work with people I find attractive, I think to myself, well, it's not a dating site. It's not a dating.
You're not going home with them.
We're going to shoot good content. And I think you can shoot good content with anybody. You just got to have a bit of rapport with them, because you can always find something about somebody that you like.
Oh, yeah.
It's very rare that I've worked with somebody I've never, I've hated. It's never happened, and I've been lucky. So I could always find something about, even sometimes I've done shoots which I thought were really hard and I struggled, and then people go, oh, that was a great shoot, and I go, oh, okay.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, I felt it the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes you're like, oh my God, that shoot was so hard, and you think it's not going to be great, and then people say, oh, that shoot of yours was really good, and in your head you think that was like one of my hardest shoots to do, but it's obviously come off all right. So I'm very professional when it comes to work. Like I said, I work with anybody. When it comes to content, like for my own stuff, maybe I can be a bit more choosy and pickier, because it is my own content, and then I can sort of think, well, maybe I like to work with this person, that person, but for booked shoots, I don't really have any preferences or choice, at all. Just book me with whoever you want to book me with, and I'm cool with it.
Oh, right.
As long as they're going to be professional and and you make it fun. Yes.
I like them to be professional. So I have heard along the grapevine sometimes that people think I'm a bit hard to work with, which is fine. It is fine. We all have our own little idiosyncrasies, and I'm sort of very much like, if I'm on a shoot and I'm, it's professional, I don't really like all that touchy-feely business beforehand. Some guys like to, I don't know what they think they're doing. They want to be all, I don't know what, they want to be all talk with you and, touch you up a little bit. And I'm just like, no. And then I remember one guy in America, say when I was out there, he would say to me, "I hope you're not like this on camera." And I was like, "Nah, I'll be fine when it starts rolling." And afterwards, he said, "Oh, you're very different." And I was like, "Yes, because the camera's rolling and we're working."
Right. It's show business, baby.
It is show business.
That's
Camera
exactly what it
rolls,
is.
we're action, aren't we? And after that, I'm just sitting there, chilling. Just leave me alone for a bit. When the camera's not rolling, just chill out and get back to it when it rolls.
Right. It's kind of like a firecracker. You light the fuse, you got to wait. And then when it hits, it's like, okay, now let's go. Let's do it. Come on, get in there. Yeah.
Let's do this. Let's, put high energy, good scenes, and off we go.
I love it.
Have you shot any porn then, Mark? Not at all. Just you and your homemade stuff for you.
Yeah,
just home. Have I ever done anything professional? No, I have not.
No. What about Rebecca?
No.
What about you, Rebecca?
No, not me. I'm a registered nurse by trade.
Oh, okay.
So they probably would frown upon that at the hospital.
They probably would. I mean, in my old profession as a touring rock drummer, I probably could have gotten into porn, just never did. I was too busy playing drums to. Did
you have many groupies then?
We had tons of groupies, but at the same time, this is kind of funny. I was married the whole time I was in a band, and being a faithful guy,
you were so pretty. You were so good looking. You could have had them all. Yeah.
Oh, I was so good looking. I would have done myself. Like that's what I like to say.
So you're a well-behaved drummer then?
Yeah, believe it or not. I mean, there are some guys out there who, they. Yeah. We kind of, value that whole marriage and family thing. Yeah. So I had tons and tons and tons of opportunities and just kind of had to go, oh, I'm flattered. This is, okay. And there were certain bars we go to where I would get hit on in proposition to have threesomes all the time. Every time we went to certain bars. I'm like, I'm flattered, but I really can't, thank you though. And, and then, go back to the room with my band guys and we'd go eat macaroni and cheese out of the microwave and go to bed. That was our routine. I mean, we were kind of like the anti-rock stars, basically.
You took it very seriously, though, your career.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was all about getting on stage, putting it all out on the stage, and afterwards, like, okay, I'm done. I'm going back. This is me, like my real life, and there we go.
Yep. Bit like porn, then, isn't it? You put it all out there, and then you've done.
Yeah.
And then you think, right, put me sort of regular clothes on. I'm going back to my real life now. I'm going back home, put my pajamas on, chill out on the sofa with a cup of tea.
Yep.
Yes.
Exactly. I think for me that was like Mountain Dew, chocolate donuts, and sour cream and onion potato chips. That was my breakfast at Champions after a gig for a long time.
Wow.
I know it's an odd combination, that is.
Yeah. Well, then it switched from the chocolate donuts to cherry Pop-Tarts.
Wow, Mark.
Yeah.
You were a healthy.
Well, you're a healthy drummer, were you?
Yeah, and I think back then I weighed like a whole 140 pounds, maybe.
Yeah.
After eating all that. But I did, playing drums for 4 hours a night. That's a workout. I probably burned, I bet 6,000 calories a night.
That's not really that was not very heavy, is it? Really?
No.
So I was going to say because I weigh about 120. So you at the moment, so you probably only weighed 20 more kilos, 20 pounds more than me.
Yes.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out like kilos and pounds. Like my brain cannot wrap itself around.
I think I weigh
metric.
Around 55, 56 kilos. So I weigh about 120 pounds. So when you said 140, I thought that's quite light.
Yeah, Rebecca's pulling up her iPhone here. We're going to do the conversion here.
You're going to do the conversion.
So it was 60 kilos.
60 kilos for me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're God, 2 years ago when I was like proper competing in weightlifting, I think at my heaviest at that time, I was 60 kilos. And I felt heavy. And I'm only 5'3.5", and I don't think I was sort of muscle and fat, but I felt heavy at 60 kilos. So,
yeah, well, Mark, you would have been 5'9", and
I'm like 5'8.5", 5'9".
Really skinny.
I was like a skinny little dude there.
But you weren't like lanky. You were like all.
It was
muscle.
all muscle. Yeah. I was. I didn't lift weights or work out really. I mean, the drums were my workout, but I had that bod and I had the look, had hair down to my ass, and.
You had what? You had hair down to your ass. You had long hair.
Yeah. Platinum blonde, long hair.
You know what I'm going to do is once we get done here, I'm going to find a picture and I will send it to you through Skype. That's how we're talking right now. And I'll send you a picture like of me with the long hair in the band and stuff. You'll be like, damn. Like
That's skinny fella.
I bet women were envious of your long hair.
Yeah, they were. And my hair was like platinum blonde and just poker straight, like it just grew completely, totally straight. So if
Was
I
it
wanted
dyed
to,
platinum blonde or was it natural?
I was natural blonde. As I got older, though, it started to darken up some, and then I went through a couple of years where I had fun coloring it, like purples and reds and blues and everything else, and
all the goods. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and then you cut it all off.
Yep, I did. I wasn't playing drums anymore, and I'm like, okay, I'm looking like I'm trying to hold on to something that isn't there. So it actually started to make me look older with long hair. So when I chopped my hair, then I'm like, oh damn, I just now I look like I'm probably in my 30s now instead of late 40s.
I see that sometimes with people, with guys, they've got long hair, and you sort of think, are you trying to sort of keep hold of your youth?
Yes. Yeah, I think that is very true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if I still play drums, I'd still have the long hair. But for me now, it just doesn't suit the lifestyle.
No.
But
what is your lifestyle? The podcast, fitness. You got your kids.
We got kids, yeah, and we got the radio show, and I just don't have a need for it anymore.
Yeah,
just don't have a need for the long hair anymore.
I mean, I would like it, but
hair adverts with the shampoo and flick your hair about.
Right?
Yeah.
Imagine you doing that with they used to have an advert in the UK, Timotei advert, and the woman was shaking her hair, flicking it back and forth.
Right.
Yeah.
The finesse commercial like that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do the hair flip, put the fan on me, get it blown.
Yeah. Or coming out of the water with the hair flip.
Yeah, exactly.
Make sure you don't put yourself with it.
And then, then get that magic, like, tagline, like, you can have hair like this, too, if you use such and such product. Yeah. If you want shine.
Yeah, you can have hair like this if only you used whatever blood product, yeah?
Exactly,
but it's sold it really well.
Mark, you missed your calling as hair model, I guess.
I think so.
We didn't know.
Who knew? I was, I was too busy hitting things for a living.
So many. Yes, you were.
Oh, goodness.
Banging, making noise.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, making noise, not hitting things. Making noise for a living. And then, do you still play the drums occasionally then?
Occasionally he does,
yeah. Every now and then, yep.
Cool.
Oh, my. This is so much fun.
This is fun. It's how we want to... Sahara, how can people... Where should they go to find all your goodies?
To find more about me, they can go to us on Twitter, which is @Sahara Knite, or my website, saharaknite.expo. Those are my two main profiles. I don't have an Instagram, unfortunately. They kept deleting it, so I decided not to bother.
Yeah. Instagram is basically just a bunch of crybabies.
It's a fickle
and
beast.
Bunch of like weak-minded people. So yeah.
But recently, I just saw today that even Twitter's terms and conditions are changing from 2020. I think XP's been posting a bit out on it about this whole shadow banning and them they'll be able to decide what content they allow on there and not.
Oh.
So I think going forward as adult performers, we're going to probably struggle with certain platforms. Obviously, you remember Tumblr. Tumblr decided no more adult content, and they just
Tumblr did it too. You know what needs to happen is we need to get a group of us all together who are all like-minded and say, you know what? Everybody wants to shut us down. Let's do our own platform, and we'll make our own rules.
That nobody in this has come up with there's shares. They've got that platform Share Some, but it's obviously not as big as Twitter. But I'm surprised that nobody has come up with an adult version of. I mean, they had that Twitter thing, but I don't know if many people sort of went onto it or whatever. I don't think many adult performers moved onto it either. But like Twitter has been the main thing. But I remember when back in the day when I was still young, in my early 20s, they had MySpace.
Yes. I remember Tom was my first friend on there.
Mine too. Weird.
And then I was looking. I thought, wonder what happened to MySpace. I think they stopped running there. I don't know what actually happened to it. And that was it. They had MySpace, and then obviously they've got Facebook, but you can't really put anything on Facebook. And then they had Tumblr, and then you've got Instagram, and now we've got Twitter. And I don't know whether Twitter will hold out or whether it's going to go the same way. Fingers crossed they don't, because we're all going to be looking for a new platform at this rate.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. I mean, Facebook jail is where we live a lot. And, I mean, you could have a shadow of a nip and they're like, oh, that's too much.
Yeah,
You know,
sorry, you can't use your account for a whole week now.
Yeah, and I used to have a lot
whatever.
of, I had a few pages on there and underneath my stage, under Sahara and underneath my stage name, and they kept deleting them as well. Every time, you know, and that got a bit painful. So I thought that it's not worth keep setting one up for it to get deleted, because then you keep having to set up different email addresses. You know, you keep having to set up email addresses so you can then set up a profile, and then you suddenly end up with 6 different email addresses that you don't actually use, just purely for the fact that you want to Facebook or you want to Instagram.
Right.
It's very difficult.
Yes, it is. It should be easier. But we know where to find you. We'd love for you to come back and chat with us again.
Oh, my God, yes.
Yes. I'll come back and chat to you again. I don't know. We'll pick another subject, another topic, whatever you want to talk about. We'll talk about it.
Great.
Definitely.
Great.
And if you discover you're going to be in some other TV shows, like, you know, that.
Well, I am going to be in something, but it's a book adaptation. I'm always in, you know, you're a porn star, so you always do sex scenes in these new things. So it's a book I can't really say it obviously on here, but actually, could you beep it out or something?
Yes, we can take it out.
Yeah, or if you want, you can send us a little.
I can tell you guys and see. So in October I did a couple of scenes for So that's that, and then I also did a very it was a period costume. It was another sex scene, which was really quick. For
okay.
Yeah.
So I've just done them. So that should be So that's other mainstream stuff.
Well, wonderful.
Well, that's pretty cool. Well, we will definitely be looking for that.
Yeah, at some point next year. So it's like you do long days on mainstream. It's really, you do really long days on set, and then your scene ends up being like, I don't know,
30 seconds or 2 minutes. Yeah.
There's nothing.
Yeah. Show up
for all day waiting on set, like 10 hours on set for this one little and it ends up edited. It's like the girl scene edited for Game of Thrones. I mean, that was in Malta, so it was nice and warm and everything, but it took all day, and I think somebody put it up, and it ended up being like a 2-minute clip or something.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Wow, if you could get your hands on that content and then release that would probably be a huge moneymaker.
Oh, damn.
If only.
Yeah.
But it's all right, because I saw even though you sign really, all the releases for them, and they do buyout things every so often. I look in my bank and I go, oh, look, I've got some money from equity.
That's good.
And because they show obviously this series is shown in various countries and on channels, and I don't know, maybe they sell it elsewhere, and every so often I see a little bit of money coming in my bank, and I think, oh, this is good. At least you get a little bit of mainstream that you don't get in porn.
Yeah,
yeah, a little bit. Yeah, that residual income is a nice little thing.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So that's the good thing with having your own content, isn't it? Is that also because you'll still be able to have it up there once you've finished shooting or working in porn, and it will still generate some income for you.
Yes.
In the future. So that's the way people are going now. It's like shoot your own content, and make your money, because production companies just pay you and that's it. You don't get anything else out of it after.
Right, then one and done.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Sahara, we've had such a great time talking to you. This has been a lot of fun, and I knew it would be too, but it was actually more fun than even I imagined it would be.
Well, that's good.
Well, yeah, we will definitely have you back on, and we look forward to seeing your content this next year.
Great, and hopefully I'll speak to you again soon as well.
Okay, well, have a great night. We'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.
Thank
you.
Mm-hmm. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Governor.
Bye.
Okay, that was Sahara Knite. Damn, so much fun.
Love her. We always have the best, funnest guest.
I know. How lucky are we?
I don't know. I really like her, though.
I mean,
want to go have a spot of tea with her in London?
A spot of tea? Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. If Sahara's ever on one of those shoots for a movie or a TV show like Game of Thrones again,
yeah,
and they're looking for like an American couple and they just can't find the right ones, maybe she can say, hey, I know the people, like, and she can hook us up, and then we can have these little, cameo appearances in some of those shows. Like, can you imagine how much fun it would be to go, yeah, we were in Game of Thrones.
So funny.
That was fun, yeah.
Yeah.
Or look back and go, yeah, I shot an episode of Friends or whatever.
Well, I think you would really enjoy that, Mark.
It would be cool.
All right.
Yeah, well, that was cool. So again, you can find Sahara Knite on Twitter at Sahara Knite, nice and easy. That's SaharaKnite, and make sure you check that out. Go back, get HBO if you don't have it. Go back and start watching Game of Thrones again.
Yeah,
and then look for Armeca, and you will. Go, oh my gosh, yeah, that's her. I just heard her. And, so we have friends on Game of Thrones now.
Oh my gosh.
This is so cool.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to do with myself right now. It's just life changing. I don't even know. But also follow us on Twitter. There's the music. At All the Sex Radio. Go to the website at allthesexpodcast.com to catch up on all the old episodes and stay current with all the new ones. And, by the way, go to adamandeve.com. Our friends there will hook you up. At checkout, use the code ALLSEX. That's ALLSEX, baby. And you also get 3 free DVDs, a mystery gift, and free shipping as well. And 50% off on almost any one item in the store.
Wow.
I almost screwed that up, but I fixed it.
Fancy.
Yeah, so that's it for this round. Make sure you come back, stick around, and we got more great shit coming up, baby. This is Mark and Rebecca. You're listening to All the Sex. We will catch you on the next round.